Hey guys, my name is Alex Müller and I'm from Altidur, and today I'm gonna show you our project called Anomaly Zone. Let's do this. So yeah, that's basically the track, and let's start with the drop. Let's start with the kick. The kick consists of several layers. The first layer is this bass drum. Also we have the click and the bottom side, the sub. An additional part of this is this hardstyle kick, which has strong reverb with a 37% mix. Then we have a basic EQ just to low cut the low frequencies. And for the sidechain we use FabFilter Pro C2 just to make sure it doesn't interfere with the click of the kick. Also we have this additional part here. It's like the steps, and this is the steps too. So together it sounds like this. We have these reversed kind of samples to make sure that the energy flows well, and then we have the bass. The bass with the automation just to keep interesting. This is just the basic Silent 1 patch. Nothing too crazy. Again, stereo shaper to make it sound wide. Uh, Fab Filter Pro Q2. Just to low cut the high frequencies and make it more in the mix. Then we have a kickstart. And the volume shaper to make sure that this doesn't interfere with our click part of the kick. This is how it sounds all together. Now we're gonna talk about the drums. We have the toms here. Again, nothing special. Then in the second part, we've got more variation. We've got claps. Again, stereo shaper to make it sound wide. A little bit of Valhalla room to make it sound even more bigger. Then we have a little bit of sidechain. And again, some EQing. Then we have another drums. It's a percussion. Just pan left. Here we have stereo shaper to make it sound wide. Another sidechain and boosting the high frequencies to make it cut through the mix. In addition of that, we have this percussion element. Sounds like this. It all goes to the one bus. Here we have more pan to the left. We have a fruity reverb, just a standard reverb. Then we have OTT compression, just a little bit, but boost the gain to increase the volume. Then we have a stereo imager to make it wider. Then we have a compressor to compress the sound. Then we have this wonderful plugin by Single Makers, Magic Stereo. It makes sound stereo. Then we have a kickstart, just a sidechain, and a fab filter to make sure this doesn't have any low frequencies. Then we have this sound, this one, and this one. Altogether it sounds like this. This is how it sounds in the mix. Again, nothing special, nothing very crazy. Then we have noise. Kind of different stuff. We have this noise, which panned right and have a basic EQing. Then we have crash, excuse me, downlifter. Also we've got crash. And we have this one. Again, to make it stand out more in the mix. Then we have this kind of Tridex snare. Also we've got the vocal, reverse vocal, just to make track interesting. Then we have this kind of crowd sample. So altogether without leads it sounds like this. Then we have this additional sound, which sample from revealed pack, I guess. Sounds like this. Then we have a reverb on it to make it sound bigger, and then we have a pitch automation to make it more interesting. Again, nothing special. So altogether without leads it sounds like this. Also we have this little fill here, which has tons of automation. But first, this is the sweep. This is short blaster sound. This is the snare. This is kind of weird stuff. And also we have chords here from our break with the cutoff automation, just to keep the track going on. In the second part we have a tonal riser. Just to keep the energy going on. Also we have this sample here. It's just a low cut, just to fill up the space. Then we have this kind of feel. Also we've got this one kind of feel. Next, moving on to the leads. Our lead section is just a stack of layers. It sounds like without any affixes, it sounds like this. It's kind of weird because we have on this chain, let me think, we have glitch, which gives us some like you know, tape stop effect. So we used this plugin in this particular track. Also I want to show you some of the layers. So yeah, the main layer is this one. just a tweaked preset from the revealed sound bank. Then we have additional layers to it, also from revealed sound bank. Then we have this kind of cashmere sound. It's pretty overused, but it gives a lot of power. Then we have this small sound. It kinda drives the dark energy to the track, so we've just put it on. Then we have this sound. It's a kinda ducky synth. So yeah, we just put it on, and this is how it sounds without these two main synths. Like something is missing. We've got this sound, this one, and this one. Okay, now we're gonna talk about our mixing stage, our FX chain. So almost all going to the second channel. We have a peak controller and a reverb, just to make sure it's a sidechain properly. It's a trick we've learned from Respawn. Then we have a fab filter setting, just to saturate the sound. Then we have an OTT, just to smash up the frequencies to make it sound more tighter. Then we oops, it doesn't work. We have a fruity compressor to compress the sound even more. Then we have glitch, which makes really cool effects. It's like the tape stop here. Also, we've got reverb automation, just to increase the energy of the second part. Then we have this gross beat tape stop effect here. It's kinda like gate effect. Team loves to use it. Next we've got volume shaper, 50% mix to just sidechain these elements. Then we've got an EQ just to low cut the frequencies we don't need it. Then it all go to the 13 bus. We've got a fruity reverb, just a little bit on it to make sure it fits with mix. It's really well to make sure it sits really well. It's a little bit dry, if you noticed. Then we've got isotope trash to smash our sound, to really distort it. Then we've got a limiter, just to boost the sound a little bit. Then we've got a compressor. We've used it like a sidechain. Then we've got a volume shaper. I don't know, do we use it or not? Because yeah, so let's skip it. Next we've got an EQ, just to boost the area, the mid-range area, and the 1 kilohertz area, and the high frequencies. And another EQ, we just give some space to the bass. We've low cutted everything below 300 Hz, so it's, you know, the mid side works like you've got the mono compatibility and the stereo imaging. So we've just cut the stereo and let the frequencies to be in mono. Then we've got boosted in mono, and we've just cut it at the mono and boosted on the sides uh, of your stereo to make sure it's really wide and to know that you've got your own sound sounds really well in the, you know, shit acoustics or something like that. So yeah, this is how it sounds with leads. If I disable all effects, it would sound like this. Very dull, very dry, and doesn't fit well in the mix. At this duck sound lead, we've got Camel Crusher, dimension expanded to make it super stereo. We've got a little bit of reverb, and just low cut it, not too much, but just to make sure it doesn't interfere with our low frequencies. In the second drop, we've got riser going on. We've automated the reverb. We automated the reverb, and this is just the basic preset from the Silent Sound Bank. Also, we've got this kind of fall. The riser and the fall have balls here because of this snare, so nothing interferes with each other. And in the second section we have this sound. It's a really cool synth. The first idea of the track starts with this synth, so yeah, it feels like a Hoover, but it actually is a Hoover. But despite of going on from the second part of the drop, it only goes in the last 4 bars, the last 8 bars. So this is how the drop sounds.